Good evening. Welcome to the Action News 5 Digital Desk Nighttime. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ron Childers. We got a little snow falling out there. Yes, indeed. We gave you your first alert yesterday talking about the potential for rain briefly changing to snow, and that's what we're seeing around the area. I'm joined tonight with Lydia Kennan, who's our digital desk producer for the evening. Look, if you got questions or if you got some cool video, send it to us. Lydia is going to be parsing through that, and we'll bring up what we can and answer what we can.
Yes, we will.
How was your Super Bowl Sunday, Lydia?
It was wonderful.
Nice.
What'd you do?
I was here.
You
I
were
worked.
here?
Yeah, I worked. But we still had some fun. Having a little fun tonight with the snow. Let me show you this from our Best Care Home Services camera. This is Midtown. Now, at the top of our 6 p.m. newscast, our camera at Midtown, it had a bunch of snowflakes on it. It's transitioned back to rainfall right now, but just in the last 15 minutes, the National Weather Service, oh yeah, by the way, we're tracking snow tonight. So we're seeing this changing over. Temperatures continue to fall, and yeah, we're getting a little brief snow. Winter weather advisory was issued at 6:47 this evening by the National Weather Service, really for all of West Tennessee. We are seeing a little bit of accumulation around Tipton County. I can't confirm that from some pictures and video we've had sent to us from folks in those areas. It looks like Atoka, seeing a pretty good amount of snowfall.
Would you like to look at some
Yeah,
video from Atoka?
Yeah, let's show you what you got.
So this is from Matt Taylor in Atoka.
That is my friend Matt Taylor. He's an EMT in Atoka. Check that out. Snow coming down. And Matt just sent me a picture, and we didn't have time to upload it, Lydia. There's already accumulating snow on the grass there.
I thought you said there wasn't going to be accumulation.
I did, all right? I'll go out, I'll say, I didn't think there would be any accumulation. It's melting as it hits the sidewalk and the streets, but it is accumulating on grassy areas and elevated objects. So really just enough to make a snowball. I think that's about all we've got out of that. But that's what's coming down there. Again, the winter weather advisory in effect until midnight tonight for all of West Tennessee, and it does include Memphis and Shelby County, but I think it's going to be out of here long before that. We'll take a look at it in just a moment. Let's talk about the synoptic picture here. What's setting all this up? We've got cold air that's really starting to pour in from the northwest. Temperatures have been slowly falling through the day. Now, that coldest air moving in, and it's mixing in with the last remnants of moisture that are just about to lift out. Look, this system's going to create some big problems in the northeast with heavy snow. Right now, it's bringing rain into the Ohio Valley and along the mid-Atlantic states, but that's going to be transitioning to snow as that colder air catches up. In the meantime, here, a little closer to home, this image somewhat overstates what we're getting because there's a bit of a mix of rain and snow. There's a program or an algorithm within the radar itself that allows it to take into consideration the temperature, precipitation's falling, and then add a precip mass to it. Let me show you our first alert Doppler radar because it looks like there's a lot of snow. And here in Midtown, we are getting a little snow, but it's predominantly rainfall with some big wet snowflakes mixed into it. And I think that's the case for a good portion of the coverage area. But as we put this into motion, you can really see it start to come into play as we take a look at that colder air starting to filter in and catch up with that moisture. And that's allowing that to transition into a little bit of wet snow. And that's what we're finding really from Tipton to Shelby, even into northern Crittenden County, parts of Fayette County. Look, if you're seeing snow where you are, send us a message. We want to see it. It's always great to have the radar, but it's more helpful to have eyes on the ground to confirm what the radar is showing. We're hitting that at about 1,500 feet, and 1,500 feet down to the ground, that's plenty of time for a snowflake to melt. So temperatures still slightly above freezing in most areas. I want to show you a future cast. We're in the mid-30s right now. From now until about 8, we're still going to find temperatures right around the mid-30s for the most part. And by the way, this is a lesson in snow and physics. It does not have to be 32 degrees for it to snow. It doesn't. As a matter of fact, we've had snow here in Memphis with temperatures in the low to mid-40s. It's what that air level, what that temperature is just above the surface. I'll talk more about that in a minute. But Right around 8, we'll likely still have some snow falling across the area. Then by 9, starts to taper off, push to the south and east. There may be a little bit that makes its way into Hardeman, McNary, even northeast Mississippi, Benton, Tippah, Alcorn County. You could get some snowflakes this evening and maybe a little accumulation on grassy areas and elevated objects. But as we get to around 10, should be out of here. And this forecast model I'm using, this is the graph forecast model. It's done a really good job over the last 24 hours with timing on the rainfall and that transition from rain to snow. So I really like this one. This is the model I chose to show you this evening, and that's the one I've been putting on TV this afternoon as well. Look at this though. By midnight, skies are going to clear out of here quickly. But that's going to allow temperatures to fall, and it's going to get cold tonight. So get ready for it. Let me take a look once again at the big picture. So we've got this cold air. That's what's coming in. That's really filtering in. It's cold, dry air. It's coming in from the northern tier of the U.S., southern Canada. That's mixing in with the remnants of that moisture. That's going to be lifting on out. But let me show you this, because this whole thing is going to start to eject north and east, and that's going to take this system into the northeastern U.S., and we're looking at the potential for heavy snow all the way from parts of Virginia on into Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and all along the northeastern coast. So this system is about to encounter some much colder air, and all that rain that's falling around middle Tennessee, East Tennessee, and Kentucky, that's soon going to be changing over to snow, and that's going to create some big problems for travel for folks in that part of the country. In the meantime, here in the Mid-South, it's just lovely. Do you have a high five camera? You got another camera?
I don't have it pulled up right now.
Let me see if I
can.
Let me see if I can with my system here.
Real
Let me
quick though, I can show another video.
Do that.
This is also in Atoga, and I promise I have more videos other than in Atoga, but this is from Karen Melton.
That one's Matt Taylor's. That's Matt Taylor's video.
Oh wait, yes, you're right. This is from Karen.
Yeah, Karen Melton sent us. Look at this. It's collecting on the grass. A little bit there on the
okay.
That was quick, wasn't it? Can you play it again? Here we go. Look at that. Thank you, Karen Melton, for sharing that with us tonight. Lovely.
Beautiful.
I like that. You know, we talked, I think it was last week, we were getting questions. Is it going to snow? Is it going to snow?
Oh, here it is.
And here we are now. We're dealing with this brief period of snow here in the Mid-South. Again, it's not going to create any problems. My one concern later tonight is the potential for a little icing on bridges and overpasses, maybe.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, because we're going to see, they're going to remain wet, I do believe, and it's going to fall below freezing. We'll take a look at some of the overnight lows in a moment. But we're looking at below freezing temperatures tonight. So by early morning, some of these elevated areas could be a little on the slippery side. So just keep that in mind. But as far as, are we going to build the snowman? Do you need to break out the snow sled? No, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, not with this round. But also, we're not finished with winter by any means. And as a matter of fact, this little event is a reminder. Winter's not over yet. So we're still looking at the potential for more cold air to come into play. And we've also seen historically some of our biggest snows during the month of March. So for all you snow lovers out there, there's still a chance. I'm not a big fan. Snow means 12-hour days for me. So no.
Yeah.
Don't want to do it. But look, I've got this picture pulled up, Lydia, and this is on Max 1. This is our Best Care Home Services camera. This is in Midtown. We're just getting rain on the lens right now. That's at about
windshield wipers for the camera.
We could use that. And I think this at one time had that. I'm not sure. Maybe it was a different camera we had, but it's just rain. Now that's 200 feet up. I was talking earlier, we're just above freezing at 36 degrees here in Memphis. And an ice crystal forms when temperatures are at or below 32 degrees. However, as that ice crystal falls, it needs a depth of about 1,500 feet above freezing temperatures. In other words, anything from 32 or 33 degrees and warmer, if it falls through an air mass that's about 1,500 feet deep, that's just above freezing, it will melt and just be a big cold rain. What I think we're seeing this evening, or what is happening this evening, is we've got origination above 1,500 feet of ice crystals, maybe even right around 1,000 feet. And it is slowly melting as it falls, but it's turning into these big wet snowflakes and doesn't completely melt in many areas before hitting the surface. So a big part of it are those microclimates, those little areas, little pockets where it's that warm layer is a little thinner than some areas. I mean, it's not just a homogeneous air mass. There are little peaks and valleys and dips and things like that. So the depth of that cold layer can vary around the area. But right now, it looks like that coldest, the most shallow layer is right there around Covington, Tipton County. So interesting.
And I have a video somewhere of snow in Covington, I believe.
We were getting some pretty good, we were getting some
we got
video.
a
Oh, I
lot.
see some, oh yeah, you've got some good ones over there.
Well, here, let me pull up. I don't see my Covington, but I do
Okay.
see. Here's Brighton, Tennessee.
Brighton, which is right there in the, it's right there near Atoka. Yeah, kind of the same image. That was just before sunset this evening. Lovely.
And here's in Drummond's, Tennessee.
Look,
Got a
there,
lot of Tennessee videos.
yes, that's just to the north. That's up there around Lauderdale County, or no, that's in Tipton County too. Excuse me.
And
Yeah.
sorry, this is outside of our viewing area, but this is in Arkansas, Dodge City. It's in Marion County.
Oh,
Beautiful.
how beautiful is that? They've had a few hours of heavy snow. It was collecting on the ground in Randolph County, just to the north of Paragould, those areas. So north central, northeastern Arkansas, they got a pretty good snow today. Here in the Mid-South, though, we're going to get this out of here quickly. And again, we went through by midnight, right? I showed you that. Then we took a look at the big picture. I want to go through our whole scenario of images one more time. Let me check the first alert Doppler radar one more time. Let's see, because this is, again, a fluid situation, and it's changing rapidly with this coming in. As a matter of fact, you can even see that area of precipitation just kind of getting a little smaller now as it pushes off to the south and east. That dry air is going to win out on the backside of this really quickly, and that will lead again to a clearing sky as that moves on out. So once again, here's the future cast from now until about 8, still showing snow, mainly along and south of the 40 corridor, north of 22. Not sure we're going to see snow as you get farther south of Holly Springs, Oxford. You're probably going to miss out on this as well. But areas from Memphis just to our north and to the east, we're going to see a few snowflakes from now until about 10, 11 o'clock tonight before it finally moves on out. My big concern, though, is the potential for some fog early in the morning tomorrow. Let me...
Are we going to see the kind of fog that we did the other week ago?
I don't think it's going to be that thick because I think the winds will start to pick up as we get into the morning hours. But there's a period, the early morning, right around 6 to 9, the winds are going to be very light to calm. And I think that could allow for a little fog to develop quickly, because that's going to be, that colder air is really going to be overriding a wet, warmer ground. And as a result, I think we'll likely see some early morning fog tomorrow. I'm trying to advance through that. I want to take a look at low temperatures. Let me see if I can show you this image right now. This is overnight lows tonight, okay? We're going to fall to near 30 in West Tennessee. Memphis is on track to fall to 31, 29 in Brownsville tonight. So we're looking at some bitter cold coming in. We're going to be in the low 30s in northern Mississippi, Senatobia, Batesville right at 30. 32 in Corinth tonight. And in eastern Arkansas, where we'll see skies clear pretty quickly, those temperatures are going to fall a little slightly, will be slightly cooler. So we're looking at temperatures a little closer to 30 in those areas. So future cast from midnight, really about 12:30 until 6. Look at that little area of clouds developing. I think future cast may be interpreting the fog that could develop as cloud cover. So it's showing it as clouds, but I actually think that may be a little fog from Memphis south into northern Mississippi. That's going to be a part of the Mid-South that's a little more conducive for the development of it. So don't be surprised early tomorrow morning if you're waking up to fog. And if temperatures are below freezing, that's freezing fog. What does that mean? Well, it could adhere to elevated areas, bridges, overpasses. It could also adhere to your windshield as you're driving if you don't allow your car to warm up significantly before you head out in the early morning hours. So just allow a little extra time for your morning commute. Start thinking about that right now, just in the event that there is some fog in the area in the morning. The good news, we're going to have sunshine as we get on into the day tomorrow. As a matter of fact, first time we've seen sun in how many years? That's what it seems like, doesn't it? It's just been relentless. Cloud cover, rain. We've had rainy conditions so far for the month of February. This is going to be well above average, I do believe, for rainfall for the month of February. But fortunately, a nice dry streak of weather is coming our way as we get on into the remainder of the week. We'll enjoy some sunshine. Wednesday's looking lovely. Temperatures right around 60, and again, a mostly sunny sky there. But in the meantime, we got a snowy night. So we're seeing everything from winter weather advisory to potential for early morning fog, then sun, temperatures near 60. It's going to feel like a spring day as we get to Thursday. We're looking at mid-60s. What do we got in questions? Anybody got any questions, comments, concerns?
We have some people who, Patty wants to know, does she have to drip her faucets tonight?
No, Patty's, it's when temperatures really start to fall into the upper range of the teens and below, that's when we're really more susceptible. I'd even go so far as to say 20s. You get in the low to mid 20s, that's when you've got to worry about your pipes freezing. Tonight, we're only looking at being below freezing for maybe a couple of hours, and then we'll see temperatures start to warm up as we get into the day. So not a night to drip the faucets, unless you're in a home that is not very well insulated and you have exposed pipes. That could be a problem. But as far as it being a widespread issue, no, not at all. Anybody else?
Some people are wondering if we think that school is going to be closed tomorrow.
Oh, no, you're going to school tomorrow. Schools are going to be open tomorrow. Yeah, everybody's going to school. This is just lovely, and I would call this more nuisance snow. How's that? Does that make sense? Nuisance snow? It's really not going to create any problems with significant problems with travel, and that potential for icing on bridges, it's minimal at best. So we're looking at just a little accumulation on snow on grassy areas, hood of your car, what have you. So it's pretty. It's lovely.
I don't see any other questions, just people saying, there's snow in their area.
And I think everybody's kind of happy about it. You guys, you like the snow? I mean, you loving this? This is our favorite kind. It's in, it's out. That's the most fun about it. But again, we do have the winter weather advisory, and let me pop that up one more time, because if you are going to be out this evening, especially into parts of West Tennessee, just use caution. If you can, stay at home. I mean, it's not really that big of an issue out there. There could be some issues with visibility with the heavier snow coming down briefly in some areas. But again, I think National Weather Service issuing this out of precaution, just to give you a heads up that, look, there is snow falling. It could make it a little dicey in some locations as we get into the overnight hours, but that is what we're looking at this evening. So much good stuff. Good stuff.
And for more good stuff, if you have video or photos that you would like to share with the Action News 5 team, the easiest way, you can do it all sorts of ways, but the easiest way is to go on our website. On the homepage, you'll see a Share Your Pics tab. Just send them our way through that.
I got another one. I got another one. I love this one.
You get messages?
No. Well, yeah, I am. My phone's blowing up right now, okay? But if you have the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app, and I hope everybody's got that, it's free for Apple and Android products. Have I said get the app yet in our chat? If you scroll down to the very bottom of your app, right down there, can you see that? It says Submit Photos. So you can take a photo. As a matter of fact, I can just sit there, I can do this, and here we go. Just submit the photo, and bang, it's right there. I send it, and the moment I hit send, it's there, we get it, and it gives us permission to use it as well. We have to ask permission now before we use a photo. That's how technology is changing, but that makes it easy. Is that on the news app as well?
Yes, it's the same exact link. On the weather app, it's also on our news app, it's also on our website, or for desktop, so no matter what device you're using, really simple to do.
Yeah, so send us your pictures. Our digital team, maybe they can put together a nice little video of all the snow images this evening and throw that up on the web, something to look at.
We're always checking to see what's in there.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, look, we just wanted to take a little time here on the digital desk. What time are we got now? We're coming up at about 7:15. Little snow still falling. Let's run through it one more time. I do want to take a look at the additional pictures that I've got coming in. So let me scroll through this one more time. All right, bear with me here. For those of you who may have just joined us, let's take a look at the big picture first of all. A look outside from our Midtown camera. It's rain in Midtown. There are a couple of snowflakes that are mixed in, but it is predominantly rain, and I think that's the case for much of the area. But we still want to just be cautious. Winter weather advisory, West Tennessee, Memphis and Shelby County included in this. It's going to go until midnight tonight. The clouds and radar imagery, look, that's that cold air really starting to filter in, and this is the area where snow and rain is likely. That's what the radar is interpreting, that little area right there. What are you getting? Well, that's what we rely on you for. Show us what you've got on the ground. Send us your pictures because we want to see it. But as we take a look at the big picture, that's dry, clear air back to the west. And notice that cloud line, it's already starting to break up back into central Arkansas. That's going to quickly move to the east. And I think as we get to around midnight tonight, those clouds are going to clear out of here nicely. They'll be gone, and that will make way for a cold night, but some sunshine for tomorrow. The first alert Doppler radar, I really think it's overperforming a bit. Let's put it into motion for you. But all the areas you see in white, that's where we could find a little snowfall from right around, now it's into western Poinsett County. Northern Crittenden County is really starting to taper off. That drier air is winning out quickly in Poinsett County, but still around the Memphis metro. Looks like it's transitioning a little east into Fayette, now making its way into Hardeman County. So those are some of the areas where we're going to see a few snowflakes this evening. And one more time, a quick look at the future cast. Right around 8 o'clock, radar's likely going to look like this. Again, it's a forecast model, so based on its current, what is falling currently, and its speed, motion, that's what the forecast model is anticipating. Still in the mid-30s, should be right around 36, 37 by 9, but it should be east of Memphis at that time, although I can't rule out a couple of residual snowflakes still falling, and most of it, it's gone by 10 o'clock tonight, and then skies start to clear out nicely as we get to around midnight. But it will get chilly tonight, so keep that in mind. And by the way, if you have the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app, you can go on there right now, and you can see the daily, the hourly forecast for your location. That's one of the great things about it. So
how much does it cost,
get the app.
Ron?
The app is free.
Free 99?
Free 99. I love that. Get the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. I want everybody to have it. That's our gift to you. So, I'll tell you what, that's going to wrap it up for us here on the digital desk tonight. If you've got some more pictures, we want to see them, submit them there on Facebook, or you can go to our website or on the app and submit them there. We'll put something together and get it up on the on our digital platforms this evening. Lydian, thank you very much for helping me out. I couldn't do this without you. You know how to work all this stuff. I don't.
And I couldn't tell the weather, so I'm
it works out well,
you,
doesn't it? Yeah, that's great. Well, look, you guys have a great night as well. Stay safe, stay warm, and enjoy the snowflakes as they're falling this evening. Have a great night, and I'll see you on Action News 5 at 10 with Joe Birch, Joy Redmond, and Doc Holliday with sports. See you then.